Alright guys, sorry I'm back. For some reason I got cut off. So, let's go ahead and jump into our lesson. So we've done math morning meeting together. And today we're going to talk about a little something different and something new. So on Friday, we had pizzas together. And we made our mixed numbers, right? So for example, let's review a little bit. Let's say on Friday, because I love pizza, right? That our class had 3.5 pizzas. And I said, hey, show me how many pizzas we ate. So Miss Hummeron said we had 3.5 pizzas. That's how I would write my mixed numbers. 3.5. 3 and 1/2. So here's how I would show it. We had 3 whole pizzas. There's my 3. These are the pepperonis. Because y'all know I love pepperonis. There's my cheese. You know also I'm not an artist, right? Okay, this one I'm just going to do cheese for the cheese lovers. Okay, 3 pizzas. Am I done? No, because I said we had 3.5. If we didn't have that half, some of you wouldn't have eaten. So I had 3.5 pizzas. So here's my half. So I need half of that. So to show that, I have 3.5 pizzas were eaten. Remember on Friday when I was showing you my pizzas, right? So I would have 3 whole pizzas and a half, right? So this morning we're going to practice a little bit with that. You should have a sheet, and I'm going to use it too, that looks like this. And we're going to do it together this morning, okay? You do not have any math facts, your fast facts this morning. You're going to skip those, and we're just going to do this and then the guided math sheet review. So go ahead and let's get this out, the one that has shapes. Lesson 112. And I'm going to do that one with you this morning. Alright, so stay with me. I know you can't see it, but I'll continue to bring it up so that you can. And I'm going to say it out loud with you. Let me find myself a marker. Okay, so of course put your first name, last name, and number on the top. And then number 1 says, color 2.5 squares. So I know, let me write that big so that way you can see it. And that, you should be able to see it on your paper, but that way everybody's on the same page. I need 2.5. 2.5, right? So I'm going to color 2 first. So go ahead and color with me 2 whole squares. And can I color any more? A little bit, but not yet. Not on the whole one. So it says 2.5. Well, there's my 2. And now I have to do it in half. What I like to do to keep myself straight is I'm going to go ahead and partition, which means to cut, remember? Cut the next shape in half. Just like my fraction says. So my fraction here says 1/2, right? 2.5. So I colored my 2, and then I cut the other shape in half. Now that helps me and helps you to see, okay, I only have to color half of that. So I'm going to color half. So then I've done number 1, 2.5. Makes sense? Let's do number 3. Let me get a different color. And you are welcome to switch colors too. Whatever crayons you have or markers, you are allowed to use either one. Number 2 says, color 3.5 circles. So how many circles do I know I have to color? 3, right? So here goes 3. 1. Now, I know you're going to color better than Miss Hummeron too, but I'm doing this quickly for time purposes. So I know I can color 3. And then am I finished? Not yet. It says a half. So same thing. On the next shape, only the next one, I'm going to cut that shape in half. You can go it sideways. You can go up and down. But as long as you have half, either way is fine. And then I color the half. So now I've shown you 3.5. All right, let's do the next one because this one is going to be a little different, but that's okay. We're ready. We're ready to defeat it, right? My friends like to defeat things. All right, the next one says color 4.1/4. Look at that fraction. 4.1/4. So I know I have to color how many squares? I know I color 4. 1, 2, and you can do this with me or you can wait till the end. 3, 4. Am I done? I hope you're yelling at me and saying, no! Because I'm not done yet. It says color 4 and 1/4. So I colored 4. Now, I have to look at that small little fraction. I circled it. 1/4. I have to color a 4th. So remember what I just told you. I want you to cut it into 4ths first so you can see, right? So let's get to that last square. And I want you to cut that square or partition the square into 4ths. And we did this in class, so you should know exactly how to do this. Cut it into 4ths. See how I did mine? Now color in 1/4, which means just one of the small squares. Because it would take 4 to make a whole. If this is not making any sense to you, go ahead and pause the video. Give me a call and I can help you do it one-on-one. Okay? I want you to practice number 4. It says color 1 and 3/4. Pause the video and do that first. And then I'm going to do that one with you to kind of give you the answer. So, I'm going to color 1. If you haven't already done it, pause the video and do it. Alright, I'm coloring 1 because I know I have to color 1 whole circle. That's what it says. 1 whole. And then 3/4. Right now you're thinking, whoa, whoa, whoa. We didn't talk about this. When we did, but we haven't drawn it and colored it. So, I've got 1 whole circle colored because it says 1 3/4. Right? Let me write it up here so you can see it better. 1 3/4. So I've colored my 1 circle, my 1 whole circle. Now I need 3/4. So all I want you to do is again to partition your circle into 4ths. Remember, it needs to be equal. So see how I've done that? Cut my circle into 4ths. Now, just like my fraction, I'm going to go back up here so you can see it better. How many pieces do I need to color? 3 out of 4 pieces, right? 3 pieces colored out of 4 total. I've got my 4 total already. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'll color 3 pieces. 1, 2, 3. See how we did that? 1 3/4. Very good. All right, let's keep going. Uh-oh. Write a mixed number to show how much is shaded. Well, they've done the hard work. We just have to write the number. So here we go. Number 5 is what I'm on. Write a mixed number to show how much is shaded. So with the box that says mixed number that's empty, that's where we're going to write our answer. So let's see. How many pieces are shaded? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, and I'm not done. I'm going to show you what I have so far. I've got 5 whole pieces, so I'm going to write my 5. And then over here, what's it divided into? How many pieces does it have? It's got 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I know it's divided into 4ths. And so how many pieces are shaded? 1. So I'm going to write 1/4. My answer for number 5 is 5 1/4. Hopefully you can see that. 5 1/4. All right, let's do number 6. Same thing. How many circles are shaded? 3 whole circles. I can see that the circle at the bottom is cut into a half. So, and how many are colored or shaded in? 1. So my number should be 3 1/2. 3 1/2. Number 7. Let's go to number 7. How many squares are fully shaded? 4. What is the last square cut into? The last square, what does it cut into? Right, it's into thirds. There's 3 whole pieces. How many pieces are shaded? 2. So I've got 2 out of 3. So for number 7, you should write 4 2/3. Because I have 3 pieces and 2 are colored. are shaded in. Let's do number 8. How many fully colored circles do I have? 2. The last circle, what is it cut into? It's cut into 4 pieces, right? So I know it's going to be some sort of fourths. And how many pieces are shaded out of the 4? 3. So I'm going to say 3 out of the 4 pieces. So my answer should be 2 3/4. All right? You guys did great with that. Way to go. All right. So if you need some help with that, go ahead and pause the video. Give me a call. Ask someone around you to help you. If you are ready to go, let's go ahead and knock out the next sheet together. All right? So let's do this. We're going to do the classroom practice that together. Now, I'm not going to do it with you just like I did, but I am going to read it to you because I know you know how to do all of this. All right? So at the top, it says for your name, draw an 8-centimeter line segment. So go ahead and get that ruler out. Make sure you're on the centimeter side and draw me an 8-centimeter line segment. At any moment, if I'm going too fast on this sheet, do not get frustrated. Don't cry. And please, please, please don't say, what's going on? Don't yell at me. You know I don't like to be yelled at. All right? Just pause the video. Go at your own pace because I will read this quickly. That way the video is not super long. So I'm going to read it quickly. And if you need more time for any of them, push the pause button and work it out. Okay? So for the date, it's got the line segment there. And it just says, measure this line segment using centimeters and write what your answer is on the line. How many centimeters long is it? All right, let's go on to number 1. Number 1 says, the children in Miss Conte's class planted 18 tomato plants and 16 pepper plants. The children in Miss Mancano's class planted 14 tomato plants and 15 squash plants. How many tomato plants did they plant all together? Remember that these word problems, they throw things in there that try and trick us. Don't let it trick you, okay? Remember, the only thing we're looking for is how many tomato plants. So look back in there and see. We know Miss Conte had 18 tomato plants. And Miss Mancano's class planted 14 tomato plants. So add those up. Stack and solve in your workspace. Write me a number sentence and write the answer. All right. Again, pause if you need to. I know I'm going quicker than when we normally would. Number 2. I'm going to number 2. How much money is this? Write the amount 2 different ways. That's what those 2 lines are there for. So count the money. Always start with the biggest coins first. Count the money and write it on the line and then write it a different way. Number 3, measure the sides of the rectangle in problem 2 using centimeters. What is the perimeter? Perimeter is my favorite. All right. So on problem 2 up there, use this rectangle. Measure the sides, just the sides. Remember the fence. Measure it. You can write on top of and on the sides the numbers that you get. And then find the perimeter. Write yourself a number sentence and give me the answer. Number 4. Write a mixed number to show how many squares are shaded. So, I know this might be new. This little box here is where you're going to write the number, just like we did on that other sheet. So, ask yourself, how many full squares do I have? And then my fraction. So, I know I have 3 full squares. This square is cut into fourths, and one of them are shaded, so I have 3 1/4. I just gave you the answer. Number 5. How many pets do the children in room 6 have all together? So we have to look at that circle graph here. All right. And let's answer those questions. It says, how many pets do the children in room 6 have all together? The next question says, how many more dogs are there than birds? So if something ever says how many more, just take the 2 things and subtract them, okay? The next question says, which two pets make up half of all the children's pets? For that one, all you have to do is circle, okay? Which two pets make up half of all the children's pets? Is it the dogs and cats with the most, the birds and dogs, or cats and birds? Circle which one. At the bottom, find the answers. 82 minus 28. Remember, when we subtract, you have to ask yourself first, can I take 2 from 8? If you can't, then we need to borrow from the friend. So you have to do some borrowing. The next one, 346 plus 372. Remember, when we add, there is no borrowing involved. All we have to do is add them up. The next one, when we add 3 digits using money, remember to bring that decimal down. $1.39 plus $5.68. Bring down your symbols and your decimals. And then we have 2 multiplication. We have 8 times 5. Remember our 5 facts we did? And 3 times 5. Remember, we can count by 5s. All right? So, go back, and if you need to back it up and listen to me read out the other problems, you can. If you don't need it, no worries at all. Hopefully this was helpful for you. If you need any help, as always, please give me a call. The back is your homework. If your parents and you guys are doing that, go ahead and do that. If not, you can just do this side here. Whatever your parents are telling you to do, that's what I want you to do. Okay? So have a great day, and I hope this was helpful, and I will see you later. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.